in a makeshift Paris metro station. At London's Criterion Theatre, actress Audrey Brisson performs a heartwarming song during a rehearsal for the musical Amelie. It has been over a year since the production was on the stage in London.
Oh, it feels wonderful. It feels heartwarming. It feels exciting, exhilarating. It feels like coming back home, really. It's the last show that most of us have done before this madness happened, and so it's a great way to get back to a different version of the life before 2020.
And as England takes the next step out of lockdown, the musical, based on the hit 2001 French film, will be one of the first to open in the capital's West End.
I've missed storytelling. I've missed seeing in the eyes of the audience that glimmer of forgetting reality and just being swept up their feet in imagination.
Like elsewhere around the world, the COVID-19 pandemic shut down theatres in West End. As of Monday, they will be able to welcome back audiences, but only at 50% capacity and with protective measures in places. Director Michael Fentiman said Amelie the musical could reopen thanks to financial support from the British government's Cultural Recovery Fund, as well as for being a nimble production, where the 16 cast members are also the orchestra.
With us, our cast, our orchestra, they're playing violins and cellos, and also their characters are moving around the stage in a way that's sort of quite amazing. Now, we did that creatively because we thought it was an imaginative way to tell this story. However, it also means we are a bit less expensive than other musicals. We're a show about coming out of isolation, basically. We're a show about the joy of moving from a kind of isolated, anxious place into one of like connection and joy and empathy. That's what the show was about when we inherited it from the film. Obviously, after the last year, that sort of amplifies the show, so we just kind of had to be here in the moment where theatre turns the light on for the first time.
About a third of London theatres will reopen from next week, according to Julian Bird, Chief Executive of the Society of London Theatre and UK Theatre. Major productions are awaiting the final phase out of lockdown in June to raise their curtains from the summer.
About a third, but it starts to build up. The bigger shows need the fuller capacities. Their running costs are just too high. They can't get by on 50% of the seats. But we already have seen, the announcements in July and August and September progressively of more and more of the major shows coming back. And, we'll be in the autumn and we should have, all our theatres open, operating, and that's just very exciting.
Till I hear the last bell, then I'm coming out hard and I'm giving them hell.
Amongst the shows returning next week are Everybody's Talking About Jamie, Les Miserables the Staged Concert, and The Mousetrap.
Harry, is Albus in danger?
I think we all are. J.K. Rowling continues her story on stage, where the magic is real.
You know, if we just look at sort of central London at the West End, I don't know, a third, a half of the theatres are opening in this sort of socially distanced form, and bookings have been remarkably strong. You know, people are very, very keen to get back to the theatre.
Designer Elliot Griggs, who worked as a supermarket delivery driver during lockdown, said it was amazing being back.
I was working for Tesco for the whole of the last year whilst theatres have been closed. So I sort of almost feel guilty that I'm opening one of the very first shows back into the West End. I know so many people are still waiting for that call to come. So I sort of feel very lucky to be here and back doing this job.